Hey everyone, welcome to my new class. In this class, we are going to study the science behind a solar oven. What is the science behind this? Then, the first part that we need to know is who has developed this theory. You gotta recall that that theory was developed by Albert Einstein. It was the photovoltaic theory. What is it about? This theory mentions that the light is has a duality, right? You have to recall that the light has a duality. The duality that is a wave and is matter or is a particle. Then that duality wave particle means that the light is composed by tiny particles called photons. What photons mean? What does mean a photon? Photon, it sounds like electron. Photon is a tiny particle that is located at the light. Then you can affirmate that light is the vibration of the matter, right? The vibration of the matter, right? Then repeat after me, please. And you gotta recall that you have to repeat this, okay? Without nothing on your hands, right? Your hands gotta be free, okay? Then say this: light is a particle and a wave. Light is a particle and a wave. That's the main point, right? That that light has two different options of existence. First is dual. That is the first is the matter, okay? That is part of the particle. Is or also could be wave, form of a wave. What does it mean? That the as a wave, right? As a wave, the light should have frequencies, right? Because that's a wave, and almost all waves, or no, almost all waves do have frequency, right? What is frequency? The frequency is a physical amount that measure about a vibration, how something vibrate, or what is the vibration angle, something like that. I'm not going to explain this on this video. And the main point here is that the light is that if I take a particle, a mass, if I take the mass and I accelerate it up to the light speed up to a square, I will get energy. Then say, what, teacher? I really don't understand. No problem. Later, we are going to understand this on the board. But recall this: light has a limit speed, right? Its limit speed is 2,099, okay? That is long. That's a lot. That's at the fastest space that we have discovered so far. Then it means that the light has a limit, right? That limit is the light speed. And regarding Albert Einstein's theory, regarding his equation, his photovoltaic effect. What is the photovoltaic effect, right? Because we are going to study this on the board. Photovoltaic effect is when you have uh, the an electron and you put this electron to vibrate up to the light speed. That electron will not be longer matter or particle. It will be converted or turned into light or energy. Okay? Energy or light. In that case, we need to recognize that the oven will be using light, right? But we need to understand what light is bringing to me. What is its theory? What is its its history, also what is composed, or how is it composed. Okay, we have to recall that light must have frequency, and it's called monochromatic. The light is also called monochromatic light. Monochromatic light, what does it mean, teacher? I am not understanding you. And that a color is just a frequency, right? That's what is standing for. A color, it stands for a frequency of that spectrum of the monochromatic color. Then we need to understand that light is an unique event in physics because it brings particles and waves. Then it has energy, electrons, and frequency. And if you put the electrons up to the light speed, they will turn into energy. Teacher, how is it possible? We have to know what is the Albert Einstein equation. Check this here. This equation is saying that if you accelerate the mass up to the light speed up to square, you will have this. You will have energy. You will convert the energy, the electrons, into light. Oh my goodness, I want to check this on the board right now. Then let's check this concept, this basic concept, right? What concept? What is the main concept? The main concept is that light has features, right? The first feature is that it has a speed, a limit speed, right? Its threshold is 299,000, right? 299,000 meters on square, on square now, on second, right? Or divided second. In that case, it has a limit speed. It has a duality. Which duality? That it can be electricity, it can be converted into the electricity, or that it has electrons. Light can be transformed into electricity? Yes, that's a fact. That's why the solar panels do exist. Does exist, right? Because the solar panel does exist because it's the way that we have invented or that we have discovered it, that's work to convert the light or to take the electron located in form of photons on light and take them and convert them into electron and normal electricity. That's how the physics and the science and also the engineering is used. Then you have to use the physics to create some device, some electronic component that help us to make the society better. That's why the science is the best part of this society. You have to apply the maths, you have to apply the physics, and you have to apply all the science behind this to resolve a problem. In this case, the problem is that we need to create a new way to get energy, to get electrons. Then we can get electrons from water, from motion, from nuclear, from electromagnetics, and also from light. We can get electrons and transform the photons into electrons. That's the main point of a of a solar panel, right? That's the main point. That the solar panel converts that tiny particles into biggest or the biggest or bigger particles, right? And the biggest particle is the electron. Then that's why we need to to understand that light has electrons. But Teacher, I cannot see them physically. Obviously, that you're not going to see them physically because they are thin. They are, they are invisible. Okay, they are particles. They are particles vibrating up to the light speed, and then they are turned or they are converted into light or energy. Then you already know. Now we have to keep moving forward without being forgetting this. Light has a light speed. Light speed has a duality that can be energy, electrons, and that it has frequency. That is called monochromatic. Monochromatic light. That light is a list or is a curve, is a curve of a frequency. Then red is a frequency, blue is a frequency, yellow is a frequency. Then you have to check this frequency, right? That's the frequency. Then let's dive into this topic right now and keep moving forward. Let's go to the board right now. If you have some question, please don't hesitate to ask them below. I'm be more than glad to answer them and to help you out. Okay, then let's go to our board right now. Okay, guys, then welcome to our board. At this time, we are going to explain or to have a better explanation on this. The light. Regarding Albert Einstein, light is composed by a little thin particle called photon, right? And the photon is electrically charged, right? Limit. It's time to crack the books. Light. It's composed by photons. Light does have a speed. Does have a limit speed. What is the limit speed of light? Okay, that's the latest speed of, right? Also, light do have duality, right? What is this duality? This duality is related that is electrons and is a frequency. That is matter, that is a wave, a frequency. An electron is a particle, right? That's why it's a duality. That is the duality, part wave, particle. This duality is expressing that the electrons or light can be electrons, okay? In certain, it can be photons, okay? Instead of electrons. However, in certain logic, that's an electron. And it can be converted into and that those electrons can be converted into electricity by a solar panel, right? That solar panel will convert the electrons or the photons of the light, and they're going to be converted into electricity, right? In that case, that's how we are using the physics concepts to develop, to create new electronic components or electric components to have a better society. And that's how we are applying our engineering, right? You need to apply the engineering all the time. In that case, you already know. The solar panels converts the photon or the electrons existed into the light and they convert them into electricity. That's correct. If I want to see this in another way. Frequency. Record this. And the solar light is white, right? The solar is white. Why is white? Because white is a sum of all of them. Okay? Regarding this logic. White light, we have to talk about Newton's diamond. Newton's diamond, Newton's was the first one for, if one I want to say this, was the first one that has mentioned this. Also, Maxwell and Planck, but Newton has mentioned this. I want to mention Newton in this case. Newton has mentioned that white light, if you put the white light throughout a diamond, it will be combated, or it will be breaking down into these frequencies, right? Violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. The violet does have a frequency. What is the frequency? This is the frequency. 680. 680 hertz. Okay? Hertz is the measure of all the frequencies. Okay? Hertz. Blue is equal 670 up to or down to 608. Green, this is yellow, this is orange, this is red, this is, and that the sum of all of those frequency it's equal white. Oh, perfect teacher. That's why you are affirming here that light is a frequency because it's component by a sum of colors that has frequency. Okay? Now, if you shared, okay, here. Let's think that's a shirt, okay? An ugly shirt, but that's a shirt. That's still a shirt. That shirt is color blue. Okay? But the real fact is that the shirt absorbs all the frequencies except blue. Then it reflects the blue color. But it's meaning that blue isn't absorbed by the t-shirt, right? Then blue, if the t-shirt is blue, the real meaning behind the science is that the t-shirt absorbs all light frequencies except blue. That frequency is reflected in a state of absorbed. Then in that case that you can check it's a perfect logic, okay? But if the t-shirt, for instance, if you got a jean and your jean is a white color, what does it mean? If the jean is white color, It's meaning that it doesn't absorb any frequency because white reflects in a state of absorb. Okay? Then white reflects in a state of absorb. But if your gene is black and you are on the beach and you are using this, you're gonna be hurting, right? You're gonna be burning yourself. If the black absorbs and use electrons to elevate the temperature. Reflect instead of absorb. Okay? Two. Then in this case, it's pretty simple. Record this. Light has a speed limit. Its speed limit is 299,099.com. Right? And also that it has a duality. Its duality is related that it's a wave and it's a particle. As a particle, it could be an electron, but in really is a photon. But that the human, the making, has been taking this energy and it can be converted into electricity by a solar panel. That's why the solar panels currently are so important, right? Here, white light. We have to know about why the light is a frequency. Why light is a frequency. White is a frequency because, and has been explained by Newton's diamond and Newton's diamond lights theory, that is related about how I am using Newton's diamond to break down all the light's frequency, like the frequency violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. That frequency is measured in 3 hertz. That 3 hertz, that's standing for the frequencies, right? That's why it's a wave. And as a wave, we need to recognize a simple example, okay, about the clothes. If you have a t-shirt, a blue t-shirt, the real fact behind this is that the t-shirt absorbs all light frequencies except this. That is, that frequency is reflected in a state of absorption. White. That's why when you are on the beach, you are using white colors. Why? Because that colors doesn't get warm, doesn't get heated. They doesn't elevate the temperature, right? They reflect the energy, like just like a mirror. That's why when you are walking and the floor is white, you are going to feel like, what the hell is happening here? Nothing is happening. But the floor is white. That's why if the sun is shining and the floor is white, it's going to be reflecting this, right? It's not going to be like, why my eyes are hurting if I'm just looking at a white floor? Because the sun is shining and the white color acts, then we can say this, that the white color acts like a mirror. Okay? And black works like an oven. Black acts like an oven. Why? Because elevates the temperature. Right? What is the science behind this? The science behind this is that the white color is the sum of all the frequencies. That each frequency is representing, is standing for a number. And the real fact between this white card, really what is doing this, or what is happening with the light on this? The light is being reflected. But in something that is black, it's going to be absorbed. That's why it gets warm, right? In that case, that's the science behind this. But guess what? Albert Einstein has created the photovoltaic effect. Photovoltaic effect. The photovoltaic effect is the base, apologies, photovoltaic effect. In this photovoltaic effect, he's affirming, or he's arguing, that light is composed by thin particles called photons, and that those photons have energy, electrical energy. Okay? Voltaic, its meaning, or it's standard for volts, energy. Okay? Then that's why photovoltaic effect is related to light, because the light has a duality. This duality is particles wave, and that the wave can be that the particles can be converted into electricity by a solar panel, that it was called by Albert Einstein like photovoltaic effect. That photovoltaic effect is saying that light is composed by a thin particle called photons, and that photons have electrical energy. Then they are electrically charged. It means that the light has energy. That's why we need to take the energy for us, and we need to use them. That's why we are using the magic of physics and math to turn and to combat from the light, from the emptiness, from the light, from something that I am not able to see, into energy, into something that I can use to use the technology, or to charge your smartphone, to charge your PC, or to be useful. Okay, that's why. Then let's keep moving. Let's get started. Then we already know that's something like we need to be using. The blue, in that case, if you think it's blue, the real fact behind this, the science behind this is that your tissue is absorbing all the frequency of light except the blue. Teacher, that's not possible. Let's check it is. Let's take a look at this. Violet, that's the frequency. If you have something violet, the real fact is that object is absorbing all of them except violet. Then all of them are absorbed, but that is reflected. That's why that's a violet. You got it? If you have some questions, don't hesitate to put them on the comments below, right? Then see you of the next class, because we need to use the concept photovoltaic effect, solar panel, Albert Einstein's theory about how the photovoltaic effect what is standard for, how we can combat the electricity or the electric charge located at the light, how we can get them for us and combat it in something usable, right? Then let's get started into the next class. Then see you on the next video. If you have some question, comment on the comments below. See you there. It's time to crack the books.